Hello guys, welcome to another video. So I've got some pickups. It's still all PSVR again. I've been having a brilliant time with that system, man. It's so cool. But I have had to send it off to get either repaired or replaced. I had a couple of technical issues with it. I've kind of mentioned these before, but the main one was an audio issue, and it was kind of intermittent. So I haven't really been able to find any kind of real correlation what might be causing it. I initially thought it was something to do with the 3D audio processing, because it seemed to be happening more after the system had loaded into a game. But even that wasn't a constant correlation, so I don't know. But yeah, sometimes the audio just wouldn't be there. You'd have these little short bursts of noise. This was only happening through the headphones though. It's fine through the TV. So yeah, there's definitely an issue with the old headset or the processing unit there, I think. Nitro, hello, how are you? Yeah, so that was cool. That needed sorting. What? Let's see how long he stays there. This is the most chilled cat in the world. So the audio issue was really annoying, and that needed sorting. Because it sucks to have to use the TV speakers in VR, because you lose some of the immersion there. There was a couple of other little issues on the lenses. On one side there was like a little squiggly line. It looked like a fibre or something. It looked like it was trapped inside the system. It's definitely not a scratch. It's definitely not external on the lens. So there was, I didn't really notice that unless I was looking for it though. I mean, it never kind of really distracted me from games or anything. But it's an imperfection. So that, a couple when he stretches his legs out, that means he's really relaxed. So that needed sorting. Oh, where's he going? Is he finished? Or is he getting more relaxed? I think he is. Oh dear me. So I've made a rod for my own back here, haven't I? Yeah, anyway, so I've sent it off to Sony. Luckily, it's still within the manufacturer's warranty, because obviously the system only came out last September, so it's less than a year ago. And it's really kind of handy that I'm still able to do that, or rather that I've chosen to send this thing off now, before the manufacturer's warranty expired, because I bought mine second hand, so I don't have a receipt. I can't take it back to a shop. It's too late to return it to the guy I bought it off eBay. So anyway, let's hope that gets fixed. I might even get a brand new unit sent back to me, which would be double bonus. That'd be sweet. But still been picking up quite a few games for it. I got to reach over here for them. Let's see if I can do it without disturbing the cat. Oh my god. He complained when I put him up there, but look at him now, loving it. Right. Okay, so what we got. These are the physical games that I've bought on PSVR recently. Yeah, there was quite a nice selection of physical releases for the system around its launch. And I've said before, it kind of dropped off. There's been one or two recently, but the lack of physical games on PSVR is certainly my main, probably my only gripe with it, really. But it's, again, understandable. You've got a lot of indie developers making games with smaller budgets. Maybe they can't afford to take that risk to put things out on physical, but I don't know. Anyway, I have bought some of the games that I hadn't already, obviously. Otherwise, I'd be buying doubles for no reason at all. So what do we get? Okay, first off, we have Psychonauts in the Rhombus of Ruin. So Psychonauts, if you don't already know, was a really cool, really unique, very charming 3D platformer on the 6th generation of consoles. That's the original Xbox and PS2. Fantastic game by all accounts. I've not actually played it yet, although I do have it for the OG Xbox. But this isn't a platform. This is like a point and click kind of story adventure sort of thing, with the same kind of charm to the characters and such, and the graphics look brilliant. And it's nice. From what I've played of it so far, it's pretty cool. This was a US exclusive, physically at least. Didn't get a disc release in Europe, so happy to have that in the collectione. Nice one, Psychonauts. It's fairly short apparently, which is common for a lot of PSVR games. But hopefully this did well enough for them to consider doing some kind of full length thing or a follow up because yeah, it's pretty nice. It's quite very chilled out, and it's very nice to have chilled out games in VR as a counterpoint to the more hectic games that you can get, like this next one. Horror games work really well in virtual reality. The degree to which your brain can be tricked into feeling, in jeopardy is astounding. I mean, right, look, it's Resident Evil 7. It's one of the killer apps for PSVR, which is saying something because obviously this game was developed for, screens primarily. But apparently, I have read, Capcom said it only took them 2 months to develop a VR mode for the entire game. Apparently there are slight differences between the two versions. I'm playing it first in VR and it shit me up. It proper shit me up to the point where the first jump scare in the game, I literally screamed and then shouted, "Fuck me!" and had to take the headset off because it fucking scared me. Even though it's obviously a game world, you're obviously in the virtual reality, you're holding a fucking controller. Do I even need to go down the list of evidence for the fact that it's not reality? The fact that your brain is tricked enough into being scared, and it's weird. It works really well basically, and it's a fucking compelling experience. Only played a couple of hours of it so far. I'm taking it quite slow, soaking it all up. But the house is really scary. The characters that are stalking around the house that you're in, freaky bastards. Yeah, this is a cracker. And yeah, just to say that Capcom apparently put this VR mode in 2 months. I hope that that bodes well that other AAA games will be able to have. Look at the state of him. We'll be able to have VR modes implemented quite easily. So yeah, that's cracking. That is. Oh, by the way, prices. Psychonauts, I got that for about 25 quid. You can get it a lot cheaper on the PSN digitally. I just don't like getting games digitally, man. You don't own them. See, when I've finished this and I'm bored of it, I have no more need for it, I can sell it. I can use it against more stuff because I own it. Anyway, Resident Evil 7 got that for about 22 quid, which is pretty good. It's hovering around 30 out in the wild. So, yeah, not bad for that. Okay, next one. This is really nice, fun game. Very simple gameplay, but very charming again, is that word. There's a lot of charming games on PSVR. Look at the state of this lazy bastard. Anyway, the next one is Eagle Flight, in which you are an eagle in flight. Can you imagine? You're basically flying around this kind of post-human Paris. Like all the humans have gone, and it's all just like overgrown with plants, trees, and animals are roaming around and stuff. But it's really well drawn. It's a nice place to zoom around. The controls are dead easy. You just tilt your head to turn and look up and down to go up and down. And you can use the triggers for boost and brake. And it makes it really easy to fly around the city and find all these little nooks and crannies and go exploring. There is kind of gameplay elements to it as well. There's even multiplayer elements. Are you done up there? No. There's even multiplayer stuff and proper, kind of achievements to be had and things. But I'm at the minute just dicking about flying around, and that's funny enough. So when I actually get into the game of it, I'm sure it'll be even better. But yeah, that was about 15 quid. Eagle Flight. This cat's ridiculous. I'm having to hold him up. He's not on my shoulders properly anymore. He will slide if I let go. And yet, still fine. Weirdo. Alright, next one is Loading Human Chapter 1. I've held off on all of these, of course, for a few months, but I just went a little bit of a splurge getting these games because I just want to have. I'm considering going for a full physical set for PSVR, although there are a handful of absolute stinkers, one or two that are going for a high price. Well, high price, 45 quid, release price still, but they're absolute stinkers, and I just don't think I'm going to be willing to spend release prices, launch prices, you know, for crap games. So if I can find them cheap, I'll do it. But because it's not going to be hard to get a full set for PSVR, there's not many. But this Loading Human is supposed to be quite a cool little story. As you can tell, chapter 1, it's episodic. Unfortunately, to have a kind of physical episodic game, when the likelihood is, if they even do any more of this, it's going to be digital only, is less than ideal. But it's supposed to be quite a nice little storyline, interactive movie style gameplay. I think you can move around freely, so I shouldn't undersell it. I haven't played this yet, obviously, from how I'm stumbling to describe it. I've heard good things, basically, for what it is. And I got that for, again, about 12, 13 quid. So, not bad, breaking the bank. This is all still Mega Drive money as well from the fire sale that I had a while back. Must look ridiculous. Let me see if I can rearrange the cat. Just... No, I can't do it! Well, don't just stay there. God, he's heavy actually. He's a big lad. Right, next one is Robinson the Journey. As you can see, this is sealed. And I've saved the unsealing. Oh yeah. For the video. Oh yeah. Now, this one is another one that's quite chilled, kind of an exploration game. I'm just checking the video is still recording. Yeah, an exploration game. You're just going around discovering things and kind of a storyline to it. Some weird planets where there's crazy dinosaurs and such, I think. Is it dinosaurs? Some kind of alien world with creatures. Dinosaurs. So is it an alien world? I don't know. Anyway, it's supposed to be alright. It's one of the games that was known to cause motion sickness in a lot of people. So we'll see how we go on that. I do have my VR legs though. That's definitely a thing. I do certainly have VR legs. You get used to it. You know, I've said before, I've seen people get put off by VR. And I think it's because if you jump in too fast to the more hectic games or the more dynamic games where you're moving around, it can throw you because it's something a lot of people need to get used to. So it's good to start off with static games. You're in one spot and you can get used to being in VR. Anyway, I think I'll be fine, but it'll be interesting to see if I do get any sickness from this, because it's one of the ones that people say does cause it. But I've been fine with all the other ones that people have complained about, so we'll see. But really nice graphics, especially on PS4 Pro. It's got an update patch. And again, yeah, nice to have some chilled out games, because I do play quite a lot of hectic games on VR, which is fine, that's cool. But yeah, so that's the physical games. I've bought some digital stuff as well, so I'm just going to kind of should I turn the camera around? Is there any point to show you a picture? I don't know if I will. Well, okay, I'll just read them out. I got one called Wayward Sky. That is a sort of third person. You're looking down from a god perspective on a little character that you take around this world solving puzzles. It's quite charming. It's not bad at all. Pinball FX VR, Pinball FX2 VR. No doubt, is a pinball game. And you know, I got it. It was on sale. There's quite a good sale on at the minute, so I've been picking up some games that I wouldn't have paid their full whack for. Pinball FX, I think 2. I got that for a couple of quid, few quid, and it's all right. The tables are good. You know, they're nice high resolution. Even given the screen's relatively low resolution, it feels like you're looking at very high definition tables. Because of course, you know, you can lean down into them, and of course you can see the detail closer. But they're really nicely modelled tables, and I do like pinball games. So that's as close as I'm going to get as to having my own pinball table in the house. So yeah, not actually shit. Surprisingly, VR pinball is actually quite good. Space Rift, I haven't played a lot of. I've heard mixed things about it. Again, that was on sale. Space Rift, like a space exploration type game. Maybe like a pared down Elite even? A very pared down Elite. Or is it even? Am I totally talking bullshit here? I don't know. Space Rift, anyway. And then Dying Reborn, which is like a spooky point and click. I'm still in the first room of that, but so far it's looking pretty spooky, pretty good. That's it, yeah. So that's my PSVR shenanigans. Yeah. So I'll cut this video off here, and I'll see you guys later on. Okay, bye bye. Pause the video. Close that.